The spirits have decided that I should continue to do part 2 of Fairview Cemetery in Boyertown, Pennsylvania, regarding the January 13th, 1908 fire that happened in an opera house that unfortunately 170 men, children, and women lost their lives. So here, I'm going to continue Spirit Talker and see who can come through. So again, if you were one of the souls that lost their lives in that fire, I don't think you're Ezekiel.
Ezekiel.
Ezekiel is too old of a name. I don't think anybody in here has that name that passed away in the fire. But I'll still look for it. No Ezekiel. No. You must be somebody who's just a spirit saying hi. And sometimes Spirit Talker does have it where maybe the spirits were trying to say something and it spewed out that instead. But I did search and I'm not getting anybody in the Ezekiel first name. Remember, I gave you plenty of time to gather the energy of this room with all the lights on. So hopefully you can communicate with me with my tools. You did go on the EMF meter when I asked if you wanted to continue to part 2 to hit the orange or red on the EMF meter, and that, which you did. And I was like, this whole session you only went to yellow. So it made me think, okay, they really do want me to do part 2. So hopefully this is worth it. Is it worth it? Can you go to orange? Get a tiny bit closer. Is it worth it to continue to part 2 for this?
Better watch out.
Did you want me to do part 2? Where I continue my session? If so, go to the orange again. You did the orange while I was off screen. I'm on screen now, aka recording. Can you confirm by going to the orange on the EMF meter if you definitely wanted to do part 2 of Fairview Cemetery? I feel like somebody was trying to say something and they just didn't get there in time. So here's part 2. So again, can you just clarify by going to the orange light on the EMF meter that we are indeed supposed to do part 2?
Hopeless.
Hopeless. Interesting how you put hopeless, because you put worthless in part 1. Did you feel hopeless as well when the fire took over? Is that how some of you felt? I'm so sorry you felt that way. It must have been very traumatic to have to witness the burning flames getting closer and closer to you, and you had nowhere to go. I'm so sorry. This is so tragic. Do you still reside in that spot of where you were, where your last, living? So basically where that place was? Because apparently in the book, let me open up the book. It says, reports of ghostly cries issuing from the burned site kept police busy for weeks. One woman's house was allegedly besieged by restless spirits from the fire. 3 officers were required to escort an elderly man away from the smoldering debris. He said his wife, who was a ghost, told him to come to a certain spot in the ruins to talk to her. Mess? I bet you it was a mess. Especially after it all settled. And I don't even want to know the situation, how it looked with everybody lying there after it's, been extinguished by the fire department. I'm wondering who this person is. It said an elderly man. His wife was telling him to come there. I wonder if his wife can control. Yeah, it said control.
Control.
It said control in part 1 too. So I'm wondering if this elder man's wife can come through. She probably wanted him to join her. She didn't want to be left there. So just prior to ending my session in part 1, as I was leaving, it said ash. And there was a lot of ashes after the situation. Because it also says in the booklet here, ashes.
I'm only a child.
So it said I'm only a child, and again, it was men, women, and children, 170 total, that have lost their lives in that day, January 13th, 1908. I'm so sorry for your loss, little child. If you want to let me know your presence is here, there is a tiny chair with a clear ball that you can try to pick up or tap, and it lights up pretty colors. Also a little ghost stuffy with a little flameless candle that does not harm you. It's only for ambiance. What is your name, child? If you can tell me your name, that'd be cool. Maybe I can find your page in the Find a Grave page. It's a website. I know you're probably like, what is that? Can't even describe it. Just know that I'll have information about you if you can tell me your name. Lungs.
Lungs.
I can definitely see you guys struggling to breathe with the, well, you can picture the smoke, the inhalation. So I'm wondering if some of the spirits, especially the children, may have passed away due to them inhaling the smoke before they even got their bodies to be, touched by the flames. So maybe they didn't feel any pain. I mean, obviously pain from the lungs, but not the pain from the body being, So I hope it was a painless passing, whoever said lungs. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Of course not. I don't know. But I can't fathom the thought of what you guys all went through. And especially when you guys,
Died in battle.
Well, yes, I know that some spirits probably died in battle that might be floating around. There are some veterans in this cemetery as well. So they may have not passed away in the 1908 fire, but they might be a veteran. And it says this is just with the tag veteran, 419. So easily they could have been a Civil War, World War One, World War Two, all that stuff. Cupboard again. I don't know what they mean by cupboard.
Cupboard.
You mean that? My ghost motion detector cupboard? Which is a bookshelf? I don't know, cupboard. So, with the 419, it said died in battle. I bet you some of them were, unfortunately, they lost their lives in the battle that they fought. So, again, it is called the Rhoads Opera House. Why do I feel like I saw Rhoads? That's because I did. The children play.
The children play.
That's good if they're here and they're having fun. Go ahead, have fun, children. If you don't want to communicate, you just want to have fun. There again, a bunch of stuffed animals, chairs to sit on if you want to just sit and listen, a bunch of these clear balls to play and bap with, a bell to ding, to, annoy me with a bell, that's fine. So with the Rhoads being the name of the opera house, I'm wondering if any passed away in that fire. And yes, there was. I knew I saw that when I was scrolling through it in part 1. These are the two. It was Edith, a child, and another child, well, maybe not so much a child, but Laura. So Edith and Laura. So I'm wondering if these sisters were there together. No, maybe not sisters. So we have Edith, who's 16.
Stella.
Stella. So like I said, she's 16. And the other girl that had the same last name, Rhoads, is Laura. And she was 23. Again, looks to be from, it says there.
Secret.
Aw. That was a secret. We're supposed to show this. Oops, my bad. So, like I said, I'm so sorry. I don't think there is a Stella. I always get Stell. Shoot, never mind. There is a Stella. There's 25, so maybe one is in 1908. Shoot, there is. Hi, Stella. Holy bagolies, there's a bunch of you. There's 6 of them. And then there's a possibility that all 6 of them lost their lives. Here we go. So Stella Hemback, Stella Kolb, Stella Culp,
Frank.
Stella Peters, Stella that word, and Stella Moyer. So all those Stellas lost their lives in that unfortunate day. just with that one name. Again, Stella. Maybe the secret was she wasn't supposed to be there. Maybe she snuck in to that opera house with her friends and she was not supposed to be there. Or boyfriend, and if it's a older woman. Was that the case? Were you not supposed to be there? Picture?
Picture.
Picture. You were trying to go see a play or a picture. I don't know if they did movie pictures, but... Oh, picture. There's a picture, see? Like a photo of the Stella Peters? Is that what you're trying to tell me? The one with the picture? So there is a girl with a photo who is 22 here. There's also this one that had a photo who is 32. And then is there Frank in there? I'm looking for a Frank in case there was a Frank tied to this person. Yeah. Oh.
He's a minor.
He's a minor? Well, the question is, when it says he's a minor, is that like young? He was a young boy versus someone who mined? Maybe he wasn't supposed to sneak into the opera house because he was very young. So we do have Franklin as the parent of one of the Stellas. So we have Franklin, Ellen as it's the Moyer family. And then we have Charles, Francis, and Alice. Is this you? Is this the family? Stella Moyer? And she was 16. Miss Moyer was 16. This other one's 20. Again, looking for anybody who happens to have Frank just to make sure I'm not missing anything. And again, I'm so sorry that all those Stellas lost their lives. Frank, I'm going to look up you. Again, only from 1908. There's two of them.
I'm not playing games.
Oh my God, he is a minor. There's Franklin. He was a boy. So he was only 12 years old. So with this boy, he was also the one. Oh, there is a Frank and his parents. Charles. Hold on, Frank and Franklin. There is a Dr. Frank Bruner. He was 72. Passed away. Hold on, I'm gonna read this real quick. I have to read this real quick. Oh, he was in the opera house at the time of the panic. So even though there was a doctor in the house, he couldn't save people. I'm so sorry that you couldn't save anybody, considering your field of being a doctor.
I'll get you.
Wow, somebody wants me. Strong. Whoever you are strong. So I don't know if anybody is the ones that I showed, but they might be. If not, they did show the people that could have been with those names. The fact that Stella had 6 Stellas, all from that same day passing, because they passed away in that fire. I'm so sorry. And I don't know if it was Dr. Frank or the little boy that was 12 years old that was coming through. So I don't know. It says I'm not playing games, so maybe a child was playing games and just said, you know what, I'm not playing games. I'll get you. I feel like maybe the kids are talking in midst of this and it's capturing them. So maybe they're playing games and then it doesn't seem like somebody's playing fair. Joyce?
Joyce.
I get Joyce a lot, so I don't know. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought so. Joyce is not somebody here. But, I mean, there are there, but not passed away in the fire. There are 5 Joyces. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here's the 5 Joyce that do reside there. But none of them happen to witness it or live through it. But maybe, just maybe, they have a person that passed away in that family line. Did anybody in your family pass away in that fire? And just unfortunately, it won't be showing up on this page. Is that the possibility? Okay. You're just saying hi? Or maybe you're one of the ones that's keeping an eye on the children? By the way, my name's Detective Lazaria. Sorry I have not introduced myself. I don't even think I did that in part 1. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. But again, my name's Detective Lazaria. I'm, again, trying to seek spirits that passed away or perished in the Rhoads Opera House fire that happened in January 13th, 1908. And it looks like I had a few come through.
She killed us.
She killed us. Okay. I'm not sure what they require are referring to that. Sorry, my fingers are just not the best position of holding this device. Ow. So spewing up stuff, spirit stalker, probably just random. Or maybe somebody, unfortunately, was running in panic and may have trampled over somebody and they feel like she killed them. I don't know. But again, please don't put any fault on those people that were trying to run. They didn't know any better. They were just panicking, unfortunately. And there was also, sadly, nothing to do. Back then, they didn't have the stuff that is required in buildings, which are fire extinguishers, fire sprinklers, and all that good stuff. And this building, I'm pretty sure, didn't have it. And the fact that a oil tanker exploded, which caused the Florence. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Florence.
Why do I feel like that name meant something? Hold on, hold on. Why? Why do I feel like there's a Florence somewhere? Seriously, I feel like I saw Florence somewhere. It could have been from another story, but I'm gonna try something. Okay, if this is Florence that passed away, there is yeah, I knew I saw Florence. So again, Florence Frey Moyer, another Moyer. She passed away. She was, sorry, my eyes are 15. Here's a picture of her and a baby. Who's the baby? Florence, who's the baby? Is that a sister? And it's a sister. My name is Ethel.
My name is Ethel.
So I do have a Florence in here, which you just saw. And this is more tragic than anything. Excuse me. So we have Olivia Johnson, who passed away in that same year. Then we have Edna Moyer, who passed away that same year. So 3 sisters passed away in that fire. And then Florence Endinger, who's the daughter of William and Mary.
Reginald.
And her siblings were Jacob, Sally, Agnes, Lizzie, Charles, and Bertha, and some were unfortunately passed away in that same year. That one. So again, three siblings. So not sure which one, and she was 16. Ethel, I do apologize. I was in the midst of looking. So for Ethel, oops, my bad. I have to do a little cheating here. There is no Ethel that passed away in 1908, but there were some Ethels that were listed. So hi, Ethel. Maybe you were a parent that lost a child there. Death.
Death.
So for Reginald, I think that's not a name. I think it's a title, so I'm not going to worry about that one. Scars?
Scars.
Death scars? So did you by chance feel like you received scars from surviving? So basically maybe Ethel was in the place, but she survived, but did get scars. And it reminds her of all the death that happened in that opera house. Is that maybe the case? You're letting me know that you have scars? Or maybe there's a spirit that survived and has scars, and every time you see them or saw them, they reminded you of all the death that happened at that place? You can again tap cat balls to confirm or light up the EMF meter to red. If I'm making sense, I'm getting close to the clue. Because again, you mentioned scars and death. That's what I think. That you survived, received scars from being burned, but you lived. And then every time you look at them, they remind you of all the people that had passed away. And then you felt the guilt, the survivor's guilt. I mean, I don't know how many survived, and then how many felt that guilt. So let me see if there's any Ethels that may have been around that time that could have lived through that. Evil?
Evil.
Evil. Yes, it was an evil, tragic thing that happened. So there is a possibility of Ethel Gilbert. She was born in 1884. Another one, Goforth, as her last name, 1887. Something tells me to click on that. I don't know why. Again, I'm just doing a quick Edward.
Edward.
All right, Edward, give me a minute. Okay, well, again, there probably is a possibility that an Ethel did survive, and because there's 20, it wasn't quite done. But I'm going to look up Edward, who passed away in 1908 of that year, and we got none. Maybe Ed? We do have Edgar Boyer.
Stop the camera.
And we also have Edwins. Maybe it doesn't have Edwin. There's an Edwin Sands. He was a kid. He was 22, never mind. Totally off. It's getting late and getting blurry, so everything starts to blur in. And then Edward, he was 44.
I'm only 6.
Oh. Okay, hold on, let me find it. Okay, well, there's no Edward that passed away in the fire. I'm going to do a quick review of all the Edwards that popped up here and see if anybody actually has a 6 years of age. I was sad I got close. I got a 14-year-old. Nah.
You are compassionate.
Thank you. So far, I'm not seeing anybody with 6 years of age. There's an Edward that was about 1 month. Well, I went through the entire list. I didn't see an Edward that was 6. So out of the 31 that I saw, only a few were young, but not that young. Okay. A few more people can come through that may have been in the fire to just let me know you were there. Oh.
You're misinterpreting me.
Okay, so maybe I'm only 6 is not Edward? Maybe there's someone else that is 6 years old. Flashing.
Flashing.
Yes, the EMF matter. The EMF meter was flashing. All right. Sorry, I have to adjust a few things. Are you trying to flash the cat balls? Trying to set them off? All you have to do is get close enough to these clear balls and then tap them. And by doing that, it lights up. It's the only way for me to see you. Virginia.
Virginia.
These could just be random names. There are 18 Virginias, but that seems like a newer name. That's why I don't think it was going to have a 1908. That's what I thought. So no Virginia passed away in the fire, but there are Virginias that do reside there. There's 18 Virginias that reside there. I'm making a mistake yet again.
You're making a mistake.
How am I making a mistake? Spelling?
It likes to hurt people.
Virginia Ort, O-R-T-T. Did you experience the fire? Because you were one of the ones that was born in 1874. Maybe you went to the Opera House that time and you survived and got to live a bit longer.
War.
So yes, it likes to hurt people, referring to war. Yes, unfortunately it does hurt people. Oh, wait. Virginia Rhoads. So she was born 1922. And her husband did serve in a war. His name was Arthur. Because it shows you that right there. So he definitely did serve a war at some point. He didn't die in war, but he definitely served. So thank you for your service, if this is him coming through. And thank you to all that served in any of those wars that reside there. So again, there were children that were unfortunately,
Hell.
Is that how you felt? That you were in that when everything was, going up in flames? Did you feel like you were in Hell? I just hope that no one's in Hell. Oh, also, yes, war is that too. They're maybe describing war as being that, right? It was one HELL of a battle. Oh,
The tub.
the tub. Yeah. See? Yeah. The tub. So unless somebody did something in a tub because of PTSD of the war, then I don't know what you mean by the tub. So I'm going to do one last bippity bop on the cat ball to demonstrate. And if I don't get anything, I just assume you guys are not in the mood or don't have the energy. But again, this is how you communicate through the cat balls. Shouldn't take you too much, especially with all the power of the lights that are in my room. But basically, you just give it a bat and then you let it see for once that actually lit up without having to pick it up. So it should be easy for you to communicate with me to whoever's here, kids, or even if there's no spirits that are tied to this unfortunate January 13th disaster from 1908. If you're just a spirit that wants to have fun and say, hey, I'm here, you can do just what I did with the cat ball. The cat, yes.
Cat.
Cat, yes, the cat. I did say cat ball. So again, if you can you tap the cat ball? It does not harm you. It is just there. It's pretty. And it confirms a bunch of things like you're there. And if you're referring to the cat, my cat, she's not in the tub, but she is in the bathroom. There is no tub in the bathroom. That's why I'm saying that. So I don't know if I'm too close or what. And I do have to shake this a little bit just because I'm going to one-handed to grab my water. Ah, it feels so good to get some water in me. All right. Woo. Woo. Excuse me. As the water goes back up. Frank again.
Frank.
Hey, Frank. You're back again. I got Frank earlier. So, Frank, I do have 89 Franks that did reside in that cemetery. And 2 that passed away in 1908, which was again Dr. Frank and Franklin, who was a kid. Is this the kid? Is this the 12-year-old? Frank Leidy? I don't want to butcher your last name. Or is Frank with the cat? Is Frank playing with my cat? Oh,
I feel very lonely.
is this Frank? So Frank, is this you with the photo that I just pulled up on this screen? Are you not with your father and your siblings? Are you stuck at that spot? Does your body appear to be stuck at that spot of where it was unfortunately burned? So here's the picture of the kid. You can see a little close up.
I'm alone here.
Oh, he's saying he's alone here. So Frank, do you need me to say a prayer after this so you can help find your family? Or see the light? Or do you want me to say it now? If you want me to say the prayer right now, can you tap a cat ball? Or go orange or red on the EMF meter, and I will stop searching for people for a moment and take time to say a prayer. A quick one. And of course, it won't be just towards for you, it can be for others that are there that need it. Tired?
Tired.
Maybe you ran out of energy. That's okay. If you need to take a rest, you can. Like I said, I can say a prayer later.
Unity.
Unity? Unity. I'm not sure what you mean by unity. Maybe they were in a unit or war. Okay.
Listen for my voice.
I'll try. I'm going to close my eyes. Sometimes that helps. So if you activate a capo, I may not see it, but the screen will. If you do.
In heaven.
That's good to hear that you're in heaven. Maybe this is Frank. Is this Frank maybe letting us know that he's now in heaven? I mean, I don't know who's saying this, but if it's the majority of you, if not all of you that are actually in heaven, Carl?
Carl.
Carl? There are 35 Carls there. But did any of them pass away on that tragic day? No. Betsy.
Betsy.
Okay. Are you listing your parents by chance or something? Or grandparents? Or, okay, I don't know. So Carl could also be Charles.
4.
4? It's going faster. 4. So there's 4 of you in heaven now? Oh. Huh. Okay, so let's see. Is there 4 that are Charles? So we have Charles Hartman that passed away on that day. Charles Landis could be somebody who survived and then eventually passed away, but I don't know. Then we have Charles Muir. I don't know how to pronounce that last name. That's 2, 3 for another one. 4, 5. So this could be a 6th one. Maybe even a 7th. I did say 4 though, so I don't know. There's no Carl. But I know that Charles and Carl could be a nickname. Betsy? Well, that could be a nickname too. And that might just be the case. It could be Elizabeth. So there's a bunch of Elizabeths that were there, and there's 4. That's funny. 4 Elizabeths that passed away in 1908. And one of them was this
Push.
one. Push. Did somebody get pushed during the fire? Did you feel like you got pushed while you were trying to run away? Or maybe you couldn't even run away because you got pushed and you fell down? Let us rest. Okay,
Let us rest.
I'll let you rest. All right, this is Detective Lazaria signing out. Again, thank you to the spirits, and I'm sorry for the tragic that happened on January 13th, 1908. May you all rest in peace. I'm going to go say that prayer for you all. Bye.